Many people believe that coffee dehydrates everyone, but the reality isn't that simple. Coffee has a mild diuretic effect, especially in people who aren't used to caffeine, but moderate coffee intake can still contribute to the body's fluids. However, if you drink only coffee all day instead of water, or if coffee makes you need the washroom frequently, or if you have a specific medical fluid requirement, you should be a bit careful. Water is still essential. Herbal tea can help too. People with kidney or heart disease should follow their doctor's fluid guidance. Now let's talk about coffee and bones. Some senior citizens think caffeine might affect calcium. High caffeine intake can cause a small amount of calcium loss through urine, and this matters more when your calcium intake is already low. But if your diet is good, moderate coffee generally isn't a big problem for bones. For bone health, focus on protein, vitamin D, calcium, strength training, balance exercises, and medication review. If you have osteoporosis, ask your doctor how caffeine fits into your plan. Now let's talk about coffee and medication timing. This is very important. Coffee can interfere with the absorption or effect of certain medications and supplements. Thyroid medication, some osteoporosis medications, iron supplements, and some other medications should be taken at a different time from coffee. Don't guess. Ask your pharmacist whether a particular medication can be taken with coffee or whether you should wait. This one question can prevent mistakes. Clove use also matters in relation to blood thinning or surgery. Ask about this too. Now let's answer a direct question. Should every senior drink clove-infused coffee? Absolutely not. No single food or drink is right for everyone. Some senior citizens sleep better without coffee. Some reflux. Some feel their heart racing. Some don't like the taste. Some take medications that require caution. Some feel anxious from caffeine. Some are perfectly healthy without coffee at all. Health isn't some membership club where everyone has to follow the same ritual. But if you already enjoy coffee, your body tolerates it well, and you want a warm, less sweet, and more interesting cup, then clove-infused coffee can be a sensible option. Now let's go a bit deeper and talk about different types of coffee drinkers over 60, because the advice becomes more useful. Type 1, the steady morning coffee drinker. This person drinks 1, maybe 2 cups in the morning, feels fine, sleeps well, and doesn't add much sugar to the cup. If this is you, you probably don't need any dramatic change. Your best improvement might be small. Choose good quality coffee, keep it filtered if you're concerned about cholesterol, add a clove or cinnamon if you like, and keep your cup simple. For this person, clove coffee is a gentle upgrade, not a rescue mission. Type 2, the sugar coffee drinker. This person says they love coffee, but in reality they love the sweetness, creaminess, and flavoring more. Their cup might include sugar, sweet creamer, caramel syrup, whipped cream, or flavored powders. If this is you, there's no need to feel embarrassed. Taste habits are very strong. But understand that when coffee becomes dessert, the health conversation changes. Your goal isn't to become perfect overnight. Your goal is to gradually reduce it. If you add 3 spoons of sugar, try 2.5 for a week, then 2. Make the drink feel rich by adding cinnamon, vanilla, or a clove. Let your palate adjust slowly. Type 3, the anxious coffee drinker. This person enjoys coffee but afterward feels shaky, tense, restless, or irritable. Sometimes they blame stress when caffeine is also involved. If this is you, try half-calf, decaf, a smaller cup, or drinking coffee only after eating. Don't use clove to mask the fact that caffeine doesn't match your body. A healthy habit should stabilize your day, not make you more restless. Type 4, the coffee doesn't affect my drinker. This person says coffee has no effect on them, that they can even drink it at dinner and still sleep. But when they look closely, their sleep is light, broken, or reduced. They wake up at night. They feel tired in the morning. They feel they need more coffee to function. This, a loop. Caffeine might not stop you from falling asleep, but it can reduce the depth of your sleep. After 60, sleep is important enough that it shouldn't be put at risk. Try a 2-week experiment. Take caffeine only in the morning. If you miss the ritual, use decaf in the evening. See what happens. Type 5, the reflux coffee drinker. This person feels burning, a sour taste, coughing, throat clearing, or stomach discomfort after coffee. Clove might make the flavor interesting, but it won't eliminate reflux for everyone. Spices can actually increase the burning sensation in some people. If coffee upsets your stomach, try eating something first, reducing the amount, trying low-acid coffee, using decaf, or giving up coffee. If discomfort continues, talk to a doctor. A daily drink isn't worth daily discomfort. Type 6, the medication-sensitive coffee drinker. This person takes several medications in the morning. Thyroid medication, iron, osteoporosis medication, some antibiotics, and other prescriptions may have timing rules. Coffee can interfere with the absorption of some medications. If you take your morning medications with coffee, don't assume everything is fine. Ask your pharmacist which of these medications shouldn't be taken with coffee. This is especially important for seniors because medication timing can determine how effective the treatment is. Type 7, the heart-sensitive coffee drinker. This person experiences a racing heartbeat, atrial fibrillation, high blood pressure, or has a history of heart disease. Some people can still drink coffee safely. Others need to set a limit. This isn't a moral issue, it's a physical reality. If your doctor says moderate caffeine is fine, enjoy it carefully. If your doctor says to reduce it, listen to them. You can use decaf for the ritual. Now let's talk about clove for different people. If you're healthy, not on blood thinners, and use one whole clove occasionally or daily in your coffee, this is generally a culinary amount and low risk for most people. If you use a pinch of ground clove, keep it very light too. The flavor should be subtle, not strong. If you take blood thinners, have bleeding issues, bruise easily, are having surgery, or regularly take aspirin on your doctor's advice, ask before using clove regularly. The concern isn't clove in a Christmas cookie. The concern is a regular, concentrated amount, especially alongside medication. If you have liver disease, be cautious with concentrated clove products. Culinary amounts may be fine for many people, but your doctor should know about everything you use regularly. If you have diabetes, don't use clove as a treatment for blood sugar. If clove coffee helps you reduce sugar in your drink, that's beneficial, but keep monitoring your blood sugar as advised and follow your care plan. If you have a toothache, don't consider clove oil a substitute for dental treatment. Clove oil can irritate tissues and delay proper treatment. See tooth pain. Now let's build a better coffee station in your kitchen. Remove things that work against you. Get rid of the large sugar container. If you know a big bottle of sweet creamer sets you back, stop buying it. Keep cinnamon, the coffee. Keep whole cloves, a small jar. Always keep decaf available so you have an option. If your cup size has gradually grown, use a smaller cup. If you use milk, add a small, thoughtful amount rather than pouring without thinking. Your environment shapes your habits. If your counter is full of sugar and syrup, that habit will stay. If your counter is set up for a simple, warmly spiced cup, it becomes easier. Now here's a gentle, 2-week plan. In the first week, don't change anything, just build awareness. Track your coffee, sugar, creamer, and timing. Write it down. How many cups did you drink? At what time? What? Add? How was your sleep? Did your heart race? Did you have heartburn? Did you feel rest? Did you feel food? In the second week, make only one change, not 5, just one. Reduce sugar, or switch the evening cup to decaf, or try filtered coffee, or add a clove and remove syrup, or stop drinking coffee in the evening. One change is easy to evaluate. If you change everything at once, you won't know what actually helped. At the end of 2 weeks, look at real evidence from your life. Did sleep improve? Did you use sugar? Did your stomach feel calmer? Did your blood pressure reading change? Did you enjoy new flavor? This is how you personalize the advice for yourself. Now let's talk about what to eat with coffee. Many senior citizens unknowingly suppress their appetite with coffee. They drink coffee in the morning and skip breakfast. This might seem convenient temporarily, but over time it can reduce protein intake. After 60, protecting muscle is very important. Muscle helps with balance, blood sugar, mobility, and independence. Coffee can't replace protein. A better breakfast might include eggs if suitable, Greek yogurt if tolerated and allowed, cottage cheese if it fits your diet, tofu, beans if appropriate, fish, lean meat, or another protein source recommended for you. Add fruit, vegetables, oats, or whole grains for fiber if they fit your plan. Coffee can sit alongside a meal, but it can't be the meal itself. Think of coffee as a companion, not a foundation. Now let's answer a question many people ask. Is black coffee better than coffee with milk? It depends. Black coffee has no extra calories or sugar and keeps things simple, but a little milk doesn't destroy coffee's entire value. Large observational studies include many people who drink coffee with milk. The bigger issue is sweetened creamers and large amounts of sugar. If a little milk helps you enjoy coffee without sugar, that can be a reasonable trade-off. What about plant-based milks? Read the labels. Some are sweetened, some have additives, some have protein, many don't. If you're concerned about blood sugar, choose unsweetened. What about coffee? Instant coffee is still coffee, but the amount of polyphenols and flavor may differ. If you like it and it keeps you away from sugary drinks, it can still fit into your life. Freshly ground coffee might be better for flavor and compounds, but health advice should be realistic. The best plan is one you can maintain. What about cold brew? Cold brew can be gentler on some people's stomachs and less acidic in taste, but it also depends on how it's made. It can have more caffeine. Don't assume cold brew is always mild. Check the serving size. What about espresso? Espresso is concentrated, but the serving is small. One shot might have less caffeine than a large mug of coffee. The issue isn't espresso itself. The issue is total caffeine and what's added to it. Now let's move to the emotional side of this. For many seniors, coffee is tied to memories: a spouse who made coffee every morning, a parent's kitchen, the office break room, a favorite chair by the window. When someone says, "change your coffee," it can feel like touching something personal. That's why I don't want you to feel forced. The goal isn't to take away the ritual. The goal is for the ritual to work with your health, not against it. Adding a clove can make the ritual feel special. Gradually reducing sugar can protect the ritual. Switching to decaf later in the day can protect sleep without ending the enjoyment of the ritual. These are respectful changes. They don't erase your life, they refine it. Now here's a simple checklist. Can I tolerate caffeine without heart racing, restlessness, burning, or sleep trouble? Am I drinking coffee early enough to protect my sleep? Am I keeping total caffeine moderate? Am I avoiding excess sugar and sweet creamer? Am I using filtered coffee if I'm concerned about LDL cholesterol? Am I taking any medication that should be kept separate from coffee? Am I using clove only in a light culinary amount? Should I ask about blood thinners before using clove daily? Am I eating a real breakfast or skipping nutrition for coffee? If you can honestly answer these questions, you're already ahead of many people. Now here's a final practical recipe. Make a cup of filtered coffee, regular or decaf according to your tolerance. Add 1 whole clove to the hot cup. Let it sit for 3 minutes. Remove the clove. Add cinnamon if you like. Add a little milk if you use it. Don't add sugar or reduce it gradually. Drink it in the morning, not late in the evening. Notice it feels. If you prefer to prepare it together, add a lightly crushed clove to the coffee grounds before brewing. Don't use clove oil and don't add too much ground clove. What should you watch afterward? Watch that night. Watch stomach. Watch your heartbeat. Watch burning. Watch for shakiness. Notice if sugar cravings decreased. Notice if the ritual made a healthy breakfast easier. If you monitor glucose or blood pressure, pay attention to your patterns. If something feels wrong, stop and ask a professional. This is what healthy living looks like. You test gently, you observe, you adjust. Now, bring it together. Coffee is one of the most researched beverages. Moderate amounts have been linked to many beneficial outcomes involving metabolic, liver, cardiovascular, and possibly cognitive patterns. Most evidence is observational, but coffee contains more than just caffeine, especially polyphenols like chlorogenic acids. Clove is a powerful spice full of eugenol and other compounds. There's interesting laboratory research and traditional use around it, but human evidence at normal dietary amounts is limited. In small culinary amounts, it can add flavor and help reduce sugar in coffee. If used as oil, extract, capsule, or in large amounts, caution is necessary. Coffee and clove together make a warm, flavorful drink that can be a better option than sugary coffee drinks for many people. But they can't replace a healthy diet, exercise, sleep, blood pressure care, blood sugar care, medication management, or doctor follow-up. If you only remember one sentence, remember this: clove coffee is not a cure. It's a small ritual that can support a better habit. And sometimes small rituals matter. They teach us to start the day, they remind us to take care of ourselves, and they help us move away from old habits without feeling punished. After 60, a healthy life isn't built from fear. It's built from repeated decisions that are enjoyable enough that you can keep doing them. So if coffee agrees with your body, try it simply tomorrow morning. Make your cup, add a clove, let the aroma rise, avoid heavy sugar, eat a real breakfast, take a short walk if possible, protect your sleep afterward, and ask your pharmacist about medication timing. Let this ritual become part of a bigger promise to yourself, not to find a miracle, but to live wisely. Additional Q&A section. Is green tea a better alternative to coffee? It depends on. Green tea has caffeine too, but generally less than coffee. It also has some antioxidants considered beneficial. If coffee doesn't suit you, or you want to reduce caffeine but still want a warm ritual, green tea can be a good option. But that doesn't mean coffee is bad and green tea is always better. It's just a different path, and you should choose whichever path matches your body. Should seniors drink coffee on an empty stomach? Generally, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can cause heartburn or acidity in some people, especially those with existing reflux issues. If you don't experience this, it's probably fine. But if you feel heaviness or sourness after morning coffee on an empty stomach, it's better to eat something first, then drink coffee. This small change proves beneficial for many people. If a senior has high blood pressure, can they not drink coffee at all? Not necessarily, no. Much research shows that moderate coffee intake taken regularly doesn't have a major sustained effect on blood pressure, but everyone's body reacts differently. Some people experience a slight rise in blood pressure right after drinking coffee, but this effect is usually temporary. If you have high blood pressure, definitely ask your doctor how much coffee is appropriate given your current medications and condition. Getting professional guidance is always better than deciding on your own. Should seniors take any vitamin or supplement alongside coffee to reduce harm? There's no single answer that applies to everyone, but if you're worried about coffee causing calcium or iron deficiency, it's better to include calcium and iron-rich foods in your diet rather than relying only on supplements. If you do take supplements, keeping them separate from coffee timing is more beneficial, as mentioned earlier. On sleep hygiene, since coffee and sleep are deeply connected, if you want better sleep, just changing coffee timing isn't enough. You need to look at your entire evening routine. Reduce screen use before bed, keep the room cool and dark, and try to sleep at the same time every day. Combining these changes with adjusted coffee timing makes a big difference. Many seniors report that when they stopped caffeine after 2 p.m. and stopped looking at their phone an hour before bed, their sleep pattern improved remarkably. On physical activity, coffee and exercise are connected too. Light walking, stretching, or light strength training can help the body handle coffee's effects better, since metabolism and circulation improve. Many people feel calmer if they walk a little after coffee, rather than feeling the full effect of caffeine. Balance exercises are also important for seniors, since fall risk increases with age, and a stronger body makes every daily routine, coffee or otherwise, safer. On the social aspect of coffee, many seniors live alone, and coffee becomes a social moment for them, sitting with a neighbor, talking to a friend on the phone, or holding a cup while reading the morning news. This social aspect matters as much as physical health, since loneliness itself can negatively affect health. So if coffee time is your connection to someone, don't try to eliminate it entirely. Instead, make it healthier, like reducing sugar or adding clove, so the ritual is preserved and health improves too. For those new to coffee, for seniors who've never had coffee but want to try it now, maybe a doctor mentioned some benefits, or they want to join their kids or grandkids in the ritual, start with a small amount. A small cup, less caffeine, and observe how your body reacts. No need to jump straight into a large cup or strong coffee. Gradually understanding your body's tolerance is wiser. If you notice sleep disruption or a racing heart early on, reduce the amount or change the timing. As with any new experience, patience and observation are the best approach. On coffee and mood, many seniors say coffee lightens their mood, makes them feel active, and starts the day positively. This experience is real and nothing to be ashamed of. But it's also important to remember that if your mood depends entirely on caffeine, or days without coffee feel sad or sluggish, this should be shared with your doctor, since it might not just be a caffeine habit, but a sign of something else worth a professional look. To close, don't rush to completely change your coffee ritual, and don't ignore it either. Small, consistent steps bring real change. If you simply choose your coffee timing a bit more carefully, keep the amount moderate, gradually reduce sugar, and occasionally add a clove, you'll be aligning this beloved ritual with your health rather than against it. One final note about the purpose of this content. This is not a substitute for medical advice. It's simply a general discussion to help you think more carefully about coffee, clove, and your daily rituals. Everyone's body, history, medications, and needs are different, so what worked for someone else may not work the same way for you. If you ever notice a new symptom, whether it's heart racing, difficulty breathing, or any unusual symptom, contact your doctor immediately rather than self-treating based on this content alone.